Hi everyone, and welcome back to this comprehensive video series covering all things 3D modelling in Clip Studio Paint. If you haven't seen the previous videos in this series, please check them out so you can catch up with us. And with that being said, let's continue. If I click on a 3D object, it's going to have a few different categories than when I click on a human model. So the main difference is 3D drawing figure right here. This is amazing. I use this all the time. What's great about this is that you can change the model completely to your liking. But first we'll talk about this. These appear on the launcher here. This is, if you make a pose, you can register it. And not only register the body, but just the hand. So if you make a really good hand pose that you want to use later on, you can register left or right. So if I like this pose, I could register it and name it something. This one is you just flip it. So now he's the other way around. It's probably easier to see if he's that way, but it's just reversing, which is also very useful. Again, these are the resets. So this just resets the model to its T-pose and scale and the rotation. So originally his rotation was standing that way. This is to save the body shape. Now we'll get into the body shape in a minute, but if you have a character that is super skinny or very overweight or very tall, you want to create a monster looking human, so they might have like super long arms and fingers and make it look real creepy, you can actually save the body shape itself as a model, and then you can drag that model onto the canvas and use it anytime you want. I use this all the time for my characters, for my OCs, because all my characters are different heights and different body types. And saving their body shapes for later is amazing because my characters will always be the same height. There won't be any discrepancies when they are standing next to each other, because that's actually something that really bothers me. In manga and anime, sometimes a character's height will vary. This one down here is very buggy. It only works if you have a very good photo. So say you find a reference photo in Google, it's really cool, it's like a flying kick or something, martial arts, and you want to make a 3D pose out of it. So all you would do is open a photo. So you click that, click OK, and Clip Studio will scan the data in the photo and transform your model right here into the same pose as the photo. I have never gotten it to work. It never works. I don't even know why they included it, to be honest. I can find the clearest, most perfect reference in the world and it will still never get anywhere close to what is in the photo. So I think they should honestly just get rid of this until they can program it to be better, because it's just quite useless, honestly. These two, they just lock joints in place. To lock them, you have to click on one of the body parts. So right now I'm going to click on his shoulder right here. They light up when you hover over them, and you'll see that little square pops up and more control tools. But if I select this, there's a blue circle inside the orange circle. If I go to somewhere else, as you can see right now, the joint isn't moving, but Ben's going for a ride. That's just locking the joint. And you can do this with every joint in the body. It might take a while, but you can, and then nothing will move. See, now his neck is locked. But you can also at the same time just click that lock button in the object list, and there you won't be able to edit your human model anymore, because you've locked it. That's the same for every single model, by the way. If you lock it, you'll only be able to move the camera, not the model. And this little one means you can't click the parts, which is good. If a model has a million parts and you don't want them to be moved in any way, just click this. This button here just brings up this menu. So height, this is really good. So let's revert this guy just to T-pose. I want my character to be very tall, 190. And head body ratio is great for creating children, because if you untick this, you'll be able to edit it freely. Because look, now he's just a giant chibi weirdo. Ben, oh Ben, no Ben. He's good and ripped as well. Funny. Okay, I amuse myself, but you may not know, but the standard for an adult male can be between 7 to 9 heads. Again, in anime and manga, this changes, and you look at some Code Geass or some Clamp people, you're gonna find some extreme variations of this. So if we can have like a really tiny head, that probably looks like a Holic characters. They're freaky looking, and we can even go more extreme. But for now, I like 8 for a male, an adult male. Let's get rid of the door. Height and body ratio. So for children, if you want to make a kid, you know how to make a kid. If you want a kid's height, I'm not really sure how tall kids are, but I'm going to go 100 centimeters. Whatever. And kids are generally not ripped. You can get like little gymnasts and stuff that are, but we want more of a kind of flat body. Yeah. So that looks more like a kid to me. They're like just nothing. They're skinny but flabby at the same time. So yeah, that's more childlike. Let's return it. So our character was 190 centimeters and the head was about that. But he looks funny now because he doesn't have any definition. But there are people like this, so I'm sorry out there if you look like this. I basically look like this. I don't go to the gym. I know I should, but I don't.
Hi guys, sorry for the interruption, but if you're enjoying this video and it's helping you, please give it a like and a share so others can find it. What helped you might help someone else. If you could also subscribe, that'd be great too. There'll be plenty of videos in this series, so click that big black button below so you don't miss a single one. If you have any questions, pop them down in the comment section below and I'll answer them as best I can.
And we can change this weight by dragging. If you can see, this is muscly, this is weight. So muscly is up and down and weight is side to side. So super skinny is to the left. A more malnourished look would probably be maybe there. That's pretty malnourished. Jeez, that's intense. And then we go skinny and muscly. And I don't really like to do the muscles that big because they're not very realistic of anatomy, which I recommend you learn because this ain't gonna help you, these balloons. I'd like to keep my male characters slimmer in the waist and like more of a triangle kind of look. And then you've got overweight. Again, I recommend you studying the way fat hangs off the body because it hangs off the joints and hangs in certain places. This isn't a very accurate depiction of fat. I really wish Celsius fixed this. Also, it's going to be a little different for a female model. So if you had a female model, they don't really have muscle definition for females. If it was the female model, which I really dislike because there are muscly females out there. And these literally just increase how big your ass and tits are. Here, priorities. A feature that would allow us to add muscle definition to female models as well as adjust the bust size and the ass size would be ideal. If you press this reset, it will return to the standard model. Now the standard model to me, it looks just a tad anorexic. Maybe it's the hip bones that are doing me and that's making it look a little skinnier than it is, but yeah. So you can alter the entire body by clicking this little bar here. Okay. If you want to get into specifics,
I love the specifics. The specifics were the best part.
You can click individual parts of the body. So we can make his head really long, really short. Like I said, you can create aliens here. Fat, skinny. Looks like the Colossal Titan or the Beast Titan. I actually like my guys' heads to be a little skinnier. I prefer oval heads rather than round. My characters. Again, that definitely depends on their age. If a character is young, they're going to have a rounder face. Generally the way of things. And just a little longer. It may look strange here, but when you actually start drawing, it will look a little more natural. And the neck, you can go that full-on long shoujo boy neck. Like ballroom anime that they had really long necks. I never watched it, but I saw the screens of it. I like having a little bit of a long neck, and I like having it a little thin. Although if they're a muscly male, they're going to have a thick neck, like the Hulk. Shoulders, really wide. Quite skinny. This dude has no collarbone. No collarbone. I like it a little wide. Let's go to the chest. So again, for the female, it'll be a little different because of the bubs. But yeah, you can make it super long, a long torso, super short torso. I'm talking, you can get some real freaky things in here. You can go in. This dude can have a corset on if he wants. Or quite wide, so he's a bit of a rotund man. That looks like one of the Titans. We're just creating Titans here, guys. Hips, either really wide, he's riding a horse, really thin. Arms, you can make them super long, like Slender Man, or super short, And again, your arms can fatten, and that fattens the shoulders as well. But yeah, they can go super thin or very muscly. Again, these aren't very accurate muscles. Please study anatomy, otherwise you're going to have balloon-looking men. We go into the hands next. And I'm going to rotate this just a bit so you guys can see and zoom in. So you can make them super long. The fingers. This is what they call the BL style. See any of those comics, so they always have comically large hands. I get the innuendo, but Jesus. Or you can have tiny little stubby child hands. We're making some crazy stuff here today, ladies and gentlemen. We can have them wide. These just remind me of like the Hulk, big hands. Or we can go really skinny, like creepy claws. All right, so we're gonna go back to our dude here. And we're going to go to the legs. Our character is over 200 centimeters right now. I think that's close to 6'10". So we're going to fix that in a minute. Very long, very short. And so we've got wider or fatter legs. And we've also got skinny legs. It really does look like one of the Titans. It looks like a One Piece character, actually. He's so tall he can't even fit in the page right now. So we'll zoom out a bit. And then the last one is feet. So I'm going to go 3/4 here and I'm going to zoom in. Alright, so we've got our feet. We can either have fat feet, tiny, weeny, flipper feet, and so we have really tiny, weeny baby feet. Just stumps. That might actually be good for a chibi character to have them that small. We can also have really long flipper feet. That's actually might be a really good way to draw flippers if your character is scuba diving or something. Just make the feet really big. Also, the taller a character, generally the bigger their feet are going to be because it's all about balance. I'm 5'7", so I'm about 171 centimeters. That's pretty tall for a girl, and my feet are big, very big, huge, because it's all about balance. Your feet have to be able to balance your height and your weight.
And that's it for this video, so please subscribe so you don't miss the next one. If you have any questions, pop them down in the comments section below and I'll answer them as best I can. Don't forget to like and share, and thank you for watching. Bye!